This is Johnny Fever, and you are tuned into Johnny Fever TV. Today, I am reacting to / reviewing Sam Cooke, Bring It On Home to Me. So, here we go. Let's go. All right, Sam Cooke. Wow, this is going to be exciting. This guy is one of the great singers that I've heard. I'm not overly familiar with his catalog, but especially since coronavirus, I've really been diving into what some people call grown folks music. A little bit about myself, Johnny Fever. It was sometime in middle school when I got my hands on, Run DMC, or maybe the first rap group first album I ever had was a group called the Skinny Boys. Run DMC, Tougher Than Leather, Raising Hell, when those albums came out, it changed my life. I'm like, whatever I was listening to before, you are out of here. I always had an inkling in hindsight that hip hop was gonna be my thing. Because of what I liked when I was a kid before I had any, input. I found myself listening to a lot of music that, I think influences hip hop. So I liked Eddie Grant, for example. I remember Walk Down to Electric Avenue. Anyway, all of that being said, I went hardcore into hip hop in grade 7. And I didn't look back. I pretty much closed my eyes to the rest of the music world for a bit. R&B managed to break its way in there sometime in the 90s with those hip hop collabs, and really missed out on going back and listening to more thoroughly listening to a lot of great music that was the foundation for the music that I love. Fast forward into my grown up age, and I get married in my young 20s, and my beautiful wife, she exposes me to all kinds of music that, really started turning me around again and getting me to hear other music. And she exposed me to many groups and songs that I wouldn't have put in on my own, but, trying to be a nice guy, let someone else DJ for once, right? So that being said, the one that really sticks out to me is Frank Sinatra. I would have never listened to Frank Sinatra. It wasn't on my mom's playlist. My mom was really into the UK stuff, the Beatles and Elton John and blah, blah, blah. So obviously I didn't like that stuff. So got married and started expanding my horizons again. So today we are doing, I said to my wife as I was getting ready to film today, I'm like, wife, what do you recommend that I react to today? And she says, well, what are you looking to do? I said, well, I want to change it up. I want to start my soul music reaction thread. So what do you say? And she's like, well, why not do Sam Cooke? So I'm like, okay, let's do it. So I went online and I found a song that I didn't recognize from Sam Cooke right off the bat. Full disclosure, look, I'm 46 years old. I've heard probably lots of songs, but you don't clue into it. So I'm going into this expecting new. And I'm pretty excited because I think a lot of my focus in the future decades for me is going to be in some older soul music, or as we're going to call it on this channel, grown folks music. Following, might have been Bernie Mac, rest in peace, might have been Bernie Mac's lead. Anyway, so here we go. We're doing Sam Cooke, Bring It On Home with Me. I'm pretty excited. I've never reacted to a old soul R&B song, and I've never watched a reaction to an old soul R&B song, so I do not know what is going to happen here. But what I'm hoping is to be moved. Hopefully I don't weep, because there's a lot of debris in the air where I live. The air quality is low. I have allergies. There's a good chance if you see any weeping, it's an allergic reaction to the conditions here in the South Valley, or in the East Valley. All right, here we go. Sam Cooke, Bring It On Home to Me. Normally I listen to music with my eyes closed, but for reaction videos, I'm keeping them open. But if I was on my own, my eyes would be closed. Oh yeah, I know this song, but I don't know it. So we're carrying on going forward.
Bring it to me. Bring your sweet loving. Bring it on home to me. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And I don't want anyone getting the wrong idea, but man, he's a handsome young man.
When you left, but now I know I only hurt myself. Hey, bring it to me. Bring your sweet loving. Bring it on home to me. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'll give you jewelry and money too. That ain't all I'll do for you. If you bring it to me.
So I have mixed feelings about listening to music and looking at lyrics, so I'm not going to watch the
Bring it
screen.
on home to me. Yeah, 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 yeah. You know I'll always be your slave. Till I'm buried in my grave. Oh,
Wind instruments definitely missing. Brass instruments from modern day music.
bring it on home to me.
Definitely a more complete ensemble than I would expect to hear in modern day music.
I tried to treat you right, but you stayed out till night. But I'll forgive you. Bring it to me. Bring your sweet loving. Bring it on home to me. Yeah.
That'll solve everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Really, really great song. So very soulful singer. Really, sings from the heart, tugs at your heartstrings. Someone I mentioned in my last video who was one of the first people who did that for me was Mary J. Blige. Now, I'm not going to compare Mary J. to Sam, but the passion in the voice and the urgency and the message is, that's what we listen to music for. Now, as far as content goes, here's what I'm going to say. There's a cordiality, is that a word? Let's just say the songs are so much more cordial towards women than they are today. And look, I'm guilty of that. When I was, growing up listening to your favorite hip-hop bands in the 90s, I used to have a rule that every hip-hop song should have a B song in it. But that being said, though, there was humor. It was funny, right? It was kind of like a backhanded kind of humor, right? Because like the good ones, the Pox in them, they could also open, their hearts and show their vulnerable side. But so like I said, I'm just as guilty, but in the sense of like listening to music that is antagonistic to women and girls. That being said, though, as I'm getting older, I'm finding more enjoyment in listening to music where the written word is definitely more inclusive and highlighting the better things. So, Sam Cooke, definitely a world-class, all-time great, and I was glad to do this video. We'll be, doing more music in this genre and elaborating on these ideas. All right, so hopefully I get this edited tonight and put up onto YouTube. Hopefully I get it past the Big Brother I haven't had success with that yet, but I'm anticipating that there'll be a deluge of videos going up with some honest reactions from Jonny Fever. So you're watching Jonny Fever on Jonny Fever TV. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit notifications. I'm looking to build a YouTube channel and I want you part of it. So let's do it. All right, cheers.